You are saying to the human race, for the first time, an official intelligence representative at a high level from the US government is saying publicly, we are not alone.
We're definitely not alone.
We have spacecraft from another species.
We do, yeah.
How many?
Quite a number.
You're kidding.
No.
I guarantee you, they are going to come up with excuses for the rapture very, very easily. When the world of Christians get raptured and they're wanting to explain why they've been taken away, I guarantee you they're going to use the UFO abduction excuse, and people are going to believe it. Why? Because they're prepping people to believe it right now. And it's all part of Satan's deception. All of that to say, we're getting raptured soon. Jesus is coming soon. Look up, get ready, put your hands to the plow, get to work, because he's coming for us.
A lot of people think the rapture is going to happen on September 23rd during the Feast of Trumpets.
The 23rd and the 24th of September 2025 being the rapture day. And then it says, on the 15th of September 2032, I will return to earth as king.
I'm not one of the ones who believes that, but if a large group of people did disappear from the earth, alien abduction is a very likely theory that they'll put forth to explain away what happened, especially with all the news that has come out recently. NASA just said that they found life on Mars.
And so a year ago, we thought we found what we believe to be signs of microbial life on the Mars surface. And so we put it out to our scientific friends to pressure test it, to analyze it, and go, did we get this right? Do we think this is signs of ancient life on Mars? And after a year of review, they've come back and they said, listen, we can't find another explanation. So this very well could be the clearest sign of life that we've ever found on Mars.
We're being conditioned more every day on the disclosure of alien life. We keep hearing from multiple sources that something is coming in the next 2 years. We'll look at these things in this video. Will this all be used to cover up the rapture? Is this part of the great delusion that God warned us about? Well, it wouldn't surprise me if these things are all connected. We've had more insane disclosure with the UFO hearing that just took place on September 9th. A classified video was released to the public of a UFO being shot at with the Hellfire missile. It's practically unaffected, and it continues on its path over the ocean.
Look, I'm not jumped to the conclusion that I believe that there are, aliens coming from another planet. But I'm open to that. And I think that it's our responsibility, especially when we're seeing that we have a government that is actively blocking information from us. Last year, we were blocked by someone in House administration from being able to receive a full briefing from Arrow. So not an elected official, but someone in staff blocked us. And I've had it. Enough is enough. I want to cue up a video that I've been given. This was taken October 30th of 2024. This video is of an MQ-9 drone tracking an orb, or this object, off the coast of Yemen. You'll see that another MQ-9 launched a Hellfire missile. That you cannot see that drone, and so I'm not going to explain it to you. You'll see exactly what it does.
I have heard about events like this. I have heard about this event. Jeremy Corbell and I talked about it in one of our episodes a while back. We did not have the video, though. There are servers where there's a whole bank of these kind of videos that Congress has not been allowed to see, that the public hasn't been allowed to see. Occasionally, some of that stuff gets out in the wild and it comes our way. It should be going to you. The public should be seeing this stuff. And why you're not allowed to, I don't know. But that's a Hellfire missile smacking into that UFO and just bounced right off. And it kept going.
It kept going, and it looks like the debris was taken with it.
Yeah, what the hell is that?
Now, I'm not going to speculate what it is, but the question is, why are we being blocked from this information?
This is similar to the 2021 video from Afghanistan, where 4 UFOs were hovering over a military base and they were shot at with missiles, also seemingly unaffected. I guess we're at the point now where not only do UFOs exist, but we're shooting at them on a semi-regular occasion. In other recent news or conditioning on this subject, Representative Anna Paulina Luna says she has seen classified photos of UFOs and they're not created by mankind. From August 27, 2025, Pentagon baffled by 8,000 mysterious UFO orbs hovering over US military bases. The public is obviously being primed and conditioned for this. It will play into future scenarios and must have some role in end times prophecies since it's all converging at the same time. If the rapture is pre-tribulation, those left behind could very well say, whatever these orbs are that we've been seeing and shooting at must have taken them. And the Bible warns us that there are a lot of lukewarm Christians who are not doing the will of the Father, who are not known by Jesus and will not be accepted by him. They would still be here on the earth saying, we're Christians and we weren't taken, so all the Christians aren't gone. If the rapture happened pre-tribulation, blaming it on whatever these things are that are hovering around in the skies could definitely be one scenario that plays out. The Bible verse that references the catching away is 1 Thessalonians 4, 16 through 17. For the Lord himself will descend from heaven with a shout, with the voice of an archangel, and with the trumpet of God. And the dead in Christ will rise first. Then we who are alive and remain shall be caught up together with them in the clouds to meet the Lord in the air, and thus we shall always be with the Lord. The timeline of the rapture is debatable. This isn't an issue as Christians that should divide us, because one day we will be caught up to be with the Lord, and that is good news because this world is a fallen place. Accept Jesus as your Lord so you can spend eternity with him. Whether the rapture and an alien abduction cover-up is about to happen or not, it's undeniable that this whole alien thing is being pushed on the public more and more, and we keep hearing that something big is coming in the next 2 years.
We're kind of preparing the U.S. population, at least, and by extension, the world population, into that reality that there is a presence here, and that we need to explain this presence. Because if they show up and we continue to do what we did before in previous decades, and they show up, there will be mass panic. But if you understand that these are real, and we have 5 years from 2022, or maybe now 4 years, if they come in 2027, for the U.S. government to prepare the people about what is up there. And in many ways, I think the word got out within the government that they're showing up in 2027, and we better be prepared. And if not, there's going to be a lot of explaining to do. And so I think that dialogue has happened within inside the government, in certain areas inside the government, that we need to prepare. And that's why in 2017, that set a clock of 10 years. And why Lou Elizondo earlier in this year said, just find a hobby for 5 years and, it'll all be out in 5 years. And he said that this year, so that was 2027. And I would say I've heard 2027 in a kind of an official capacity I can't reveal. So I think I would say that people in the government are aware of something happening, and that there's limited time, a few more years to prepare the people, and that's what's ramping up this acceleration from the previous 7 decades of not even acknowledging it to now we are acknowledging it at a faster and faster pace.
This ex-CIA agent says that aliens are living among us. My thought is, does he actually have some sort of inside knowledge that he's sharing, or is this some narrative that he's being told to put forth?
More profound was that CIA was interested in certain humans that may have had an enhancement of this alien DNA. That is to say that basically we're all aliens in some respect. But some of us, some humans, have an enhancement of that alien DNA. And that was the first time I ever heard that. To me, that was the most shocking thing I ever heard of. There's a cognizance, I believe, within the intelligence community, particularly CIA, that there are humans among us that might be more extraterrestrial than human. And how do you identify them? That could be a major factor in why they were interested in that. And there's also the, I guess you would call tracing of like who's who of that.
Do you believe we inherited the planet, or do you believe there was extraterrestrials here way before us that started this?
Well, to answer your question, I believe we are also extraterrestrials. I think we were brought here.
The story with all these guys continues to be the same. Aliens are real. They've been visiting us. They're potentially living among us. And if the public believes that, this is where their mind will go. They'll say the Bible isn't true because it doesn't tell us any of this. We're told Jesus dies for man, but what about all these other alien entities? This will make the Bible look like a creation of man, which I'm 100% positive is not the case.
I think we're their children, and that they have, like a concerned parent, they want us to grow up, but they're giving us enough leeway to become cosmic adults, if you will. And that once we become cosmic adults, we can then join them in the full knowledge of our true origins and why we're here and what our purpose is, and perhaps we can then join them in becoming a spacefaring planet with them.
John's claims about something coming in 2027 line up with Jeremy Corbell's prediction and the strange timing of the interstellar object 3I Atlas. Comet or alien spaceship? Astrophysicist explains what we know about interstellar traveler 3I Atlas. Chris Bledsoe, the man who prays to UFOs and they appear, and he also leads mass group sightings where he gets a big group of people together and they invite these entities to show up. And they do. He's also saying that something is coming in the next few years.
So you believe from what you've been told, which obviously you can't know for sure, you're only being told this, but you believe from what you're being told that the entities, the beings, are going to intervene to stop us from killing ourselves.
They did that during November, on television.
And disclosure of the fact of a non-human intelligence.
It'll come next year.
You believe next year?
I'm sure. I feel sure. I think the government has got to. They have no choice. Because when these orbs appeared, and it showed them that I was in D.C. and I heard some of the conversation when they said, oh my God, this is catastrophic. If we don't tell it now, they may come back in 2026 and land, and if they do that, we just lost the control of our country.
I genuinely feel bad and pray for Chris Bledsoe. I believe Satan, the prince of the power of the air, and his ministers who masquerade as angels of light and familiar spirits have deceived him down a path of trusting in these lights and orbs for his help and his salvation and not Jesus Christ. I pray Chris's eyes will be opened to the truth of Jesus. This army sergeant claims to have spoken to aliens or whatever's masquerading as them, and he says that they don't believe in religion, but that they have faith.
I said, do you have religion? And they said, religion? Isn't that something that's created by man? Do we have faith? Yes, we have faith. Do we believe that there is that which you call God? We accept that based on our science. It's no longer a faith-based idea that there is a creator, that which you call God. That truly is. Do you believe in life after death? Yes, they do. They even have means to communicate with their loved ones. It's not some parlor trick. They really have the means to do it. But there are forbidden questions that you can't ask about what happens after death. Otherwise, you ask that, you're cut off immediately.
The entities that are behind whatever these things are that are flying in the skies, when they're revealed to the public, they will bring this new age spirituality with them. They're gods, we're all gods, the universe is God. They will do everything that they can to make themselves look like God and make the Bible look untrue. God tells us in the end times there will be a strong delusion, that people will believe the lie. And we're told that dark supernatural forces and events will come upon the earth. Locusts out of the abyss, the 4 angels released that are bound at the Euphrates River, the beast and the false prophet, Satan and his angels, unclean spirits like frogs, just to name a few. Mind-blowing supernatural events and revelations are coming in the future. We need to be on guard of these deceptions because they are real. Another deception that's theoretical but often connected to this subject is Project Bluebeam.
Project Bluebeam. By far the scariest years we may see. This conspiracy achieved its status in 1994 by a book that was written by Serge Monast. In the book, the writer describes how the United Nations, in collaboration with NASA's technology, will unite the whole world under a new false religion. But how? There will be, supposedly, an alien invasion, which is all part of the whole show, of course. And one day, a hero, a god, will come from the skies and destroy these aliens. And us, human beings, we will not believe our own eyes and start to worship this god. Whatever this god orders will happen. One world order. This is called the Project Bluebeam. Now, I don't believe that they have the technology that is capable of deceiving us yet, but in the near future, they might very well be able to make them. If you are a Muslim or a Christian, this whole show must ring a bell. This is the person we have been warned about more than 1,000 years ago. If this happens, this is the Dajjal, the Antichrist. Be prepared.
The theory goes that if a massive amount of the Christians on Earth disappeared in the rapture, it would be blamed on the UAPs. If people needed more evidence, they could stage a sighting using Project Bluebeam technology, where a massive amount of people could see these crafts in the sky, but in reality they are just a hologram. Obviously, technology has advanced to a point where this could be very believable, especially when we know that the technology that we actually have that exists is 20 years in the future of anything that we're aware of right now. These are all speculative theories, but I do believe the stage is being set for a strong delusion. Put your faith in Jesus Christ. Follow him and do the will of the Father, laid out for us in the Bible for how to live. I'm not sure when the timeline of the rapture will be, and I'll never put my trust in a date. We need to live every day as if the master of the house, the Lord Jesus Christ, could return for us. But take heed to yourselves, lest your hearts be weighed down with carousing, drunkenness, and cares of this life, and that day come on you unexpectedly, for it will come as a snare on all those who dwell on the face of the whole earth. Watch therefore and pray always that you may be counted worthy to escape all these things that will come to pass, and to stand before the Son of Man.